So I've used the Jade spinning wheel, which is this ruler, and it has a little cutout so you can get it easily over, and it also has a pin. So I've been using that, and now I'm just going to go around the edge. I've just marked just so I know where I'm going. It helps sometimes just to use one of these. These are the Bohin fine 0.9mm chalk markers, which are good for getting through some of the finer templates like this one. So I've done that, I've marked it up, and I'm now just making my way around. I'm actually using the mini scallop ruler to do this work, because I find these ears, you can also get these on the ditch ruler, are quite useful for making sure that you are straight when you're moving along. So here we go. Nice thing about the stationary machines is that we can move the quilt. So again, just check and then keep it parallel. And just work your way around. So I'm doing this on the Capri. It's a stitch regulated machine, and so I've got it set so it's 12 stitches per inch, and when it's stationary it's 200 stitches per minute. I'll just slow that down a little bit. I'm probably getting a few too many stitches when I'm going slower, so that's how you adjust it. It's a lovely smooth table on the Capri. Just trim those threads. This is only a demo piece. I'm not going to tie my ends in on this one. And I've got handy grip underneath the ruler to help with, so it doesn't slip. And I'm doing it so that the needle is down in the position in the work when I come to a stop. Just move that back a fraction. I just went slightly beyond where I want to go. But it's on a line of stitching, so that's okay. If you don't quite nail it, just stop ahead, and then you can do needle up, needle down, and just refine your stitches if you need to. Definitely think it helps having the chalk markers. I think you could easily go wrong if you're just doing this by eye. And then I'm nearly back at the beginning. Just do some tie-off stitches. Pull the thread. Pull the bobbin thread up. And trim that off. And there is my lovely jade spinning wheel with a 6-inch center. I could do something in this area. This is a sample piece, so it would be nice perhaps to do some filler in here to contrast the texture of this center to the outside. And I might also do some filler around the edge of this so that that really pops up. So what I wanted to do was in the center of this design, I'd like to put some feathers. I think it looked really nice. So, and I've decided to do a design that I did in my sketchbook a couple of years ago. So that's my sketchbook. I'll make it off center. I know it's I could do it absolutely perfectly central, but actually I quite fancy doing this sort of oval. I've actually used that as my template. So I wasn't sure what thread to do it in, and some great advice from Leah Day is test, don't guess. Great advice. So this is glide 60 and this is glide 40, and I prefer how that looks. So that is my decision based on testing. I've got the microfoot on, so I did some testing and I've been using the chalk marker to create the lines that I can then follow. But it also helps because it helps set up muscle memory for being able to stitch it out. So I'm now ready, with some trepidation obviously, to stitch this out. And so I'm going to start at the bottom here. I start with a teardrop and then echo that. So actually I start on the right and I build up and go up this right hand side, and I'll see how we go. Okay. Hi, Liz from Pinhole Quilting, and I'm going to stitch out this nice jade spinning wheel wreath that I put together earlier. I want to make some feathers in the center and I'm going to do radiating lines around the edge. So I'm going to start over here. I've done my chalk pencil to give myself some idea of where I'm going, and I'm going to use the Handi Quilter Sweet Spots to guide the fabric. Okay, my settings are 13 stitches per inch. I'm just going to change that to 12 actually, and 125. It's in cruise, so I'm going to use just the screen to press start, and we'll see how we go. Okay, so that's the start, and now I'm going to do the other side.